Krähe könnte überall sein. Und der ist doch nach oben geflogen.
I assume it's not an actual dragon's head, but you just never know in this world.
Tja, dann suchen wir den mal. Ach, da ist er ja schon. Was für ein Zufall.
I'm so sorry, Crow. I thought you knew.
It's fine. It's not your fault. I can't believe she's gone. But I sort of knew, you know. I felt it in my heart. And that final time we were together, it wasn't like it used to be. It was weird. Like too much time had passed and we drifted apart. I should have known it wouldn't last.
Oh, armes Vögelchen.
How can you ever know something like that? He's not alone in feeling that. I know that feeling. It's something you just have to learn to live with.
I know. I will. Were you there when she...
Ja.
I witnessed the whole thing. But should I tell Crow that? Perhaps better to avoid the topic and get him thinking about other things.
Naja, wir sind lieber ehrlich zu ihm.
I was there. I saw it happen. I tried to help her, to save her. I know I was supposed to, but I couldn't.
Not your fault. Bad things happen. People die. Life goes on. Anyway, did I help with, you know, the rebel thing? Did they believe you? That you're not a spy?
You did. They do. It's fine now. They'll help us.
Good, good, good. They're not gonna cut your head off?
What? No?
Good, good. I wish I could have been more helpful. But it was 10 years ago. And I didn't really pay attention to what April said about that Abnaxis chap.
It's okay.
If you don't mind, I need to be alone for a little while. Clean my feathers, sharpen my beak, reflect on the nature of life. Bird stuff.
Totally understand.
I'll find you in the city.
Ja, toll, eben war so ein E-Mail-Sound. Hätte ich besser mal ausmachen sollen. Und jetzt hat mir irgendeiner geschrieben hier auf Steam. Was man leider nicht ausschalten kann. Okay, jetzt sollen wir zu der Enu. Vorher quatschen wir nochmal mit allen.
I wish I could have been more helpful and inviting. If I'd known.
I understand. You have to be cautious.
There's much I'd like to ask you. Much I'd like to learn. But with Kian gone, my workload has increased twofold. Perhaps another time, when we're both not so preoccupied.
I'd like that.
I don't know what your mission is, but I have a feeling it's important, and that our destinies are entwined. We shall speak again, Zoë Castillo. When the winds have quieted, the clouds have parted, and the grass on the great plain stands straight and tall once more.
Ja, jetzt hat er eben schon wieder geschrieben. Lass mich in Ruhe, du siehst doch, dass ich spiele. Na gut, gehen wir direkt mal zur Bibliothek. Und gucken, was sie nur rausgefunden hat.
They look ready to go to war. I hope they won't have to.
Wenn sie denn schon was rausgefunden hat, was ich bezweifle in der kurzen Zeit. Da hinten steht sie.
Naxos, Purple Mountains, Ular, Ula. Nope, nothing, no.
Ach, hör auf zu schreiben. Verdammt.
Books, please don't fail me now. I've been trying to find a book or scroll or manuscript or map or torn note page or ancient magical tome or pamphlet or piece of cloth that mentions the Purple Mountains or the Ular, but no luck. It's really frustrating. This library has never let me down before. Bad library.
She seems so curious about me, and I haven't asked her a single question. There must be something here. This is where I try to connect and make friends.
Ja, ist glaube ich keine schlechte Idee.
You just joined the resistance?
Oh, yes. No. not really just. About half a year ago? Wait, more than that. Time flies when you're having fun. Well, fun.
Sometimes you need to make the best out of a bad situation.
Right, and it's my duty. We're doing good, important work here. Also, I didn't want to end up living the life my parents wanted for me.
I can identify with that.
This is so nice. I wish we were sisters. Can we be sisters? You don't have to answer that. Do you have any siblings?
I did. Sort of. Long story. You?
Oh, lots. Boyfriend! Do you have one of those?
I do. I think. We haven't spoken in a while, and he doesn't know. I think we need to have a long talk if I get back home. It's been a very tough year, for the both of us. I was asleep for a long time. I forgot a lot of the stuff that happened to me before I fell asleep. I tried to remember, but I couldn't, until my memories caught up with me. Oh, Jesus. It's a long story. Very complicated. Maybe another time?
Yes, please?
She seems so curious about me, and I haven't asked her a single question. Enu, right? I don't feel we were properly introduced.
I know you are. I mean, no, yes. You're right. Enu. I am Enu. I hope you're staying a while. It would be so great to have someone around who's not a surly warrior with mommy issues, or a stoic leader, or a battle-hardened soldier, or just batshit insane. I mean, there's Jakai. He's pretty normal, except for his aunt issues, but he's a bit too... Hey, so, what do you do when you're not saving the world?
Neural programming. I did. Then my world shut down, and now I just watch a lot of shows and eat. Sorry.
Didn't understand any of that, but it was still amazing. Tell me again?
Maybe next time?
I can't wait to talk more about all these things we have in common. We must have a sleepover.
Ich muss die ganze Zeit grinsen. Die ist so satt.
There must be something here.
Aber irgendwie süß.
So, no luck?
Nothing. Sorry. And I've read most of these before. I can't remember coming across any of those words you mentioned. There's not much else to do here in the evenings except read. I don't really have any female friends. It gets lonely. Anyway, I've been through all the encyclopedias and travelogues, but...
Nothing about the Purple Mountains or the Ula?
Nothing. The Purple Mountains sounds colloquial. It may have a different name officially, but the Ular, there should be something about them. It's a magical race?
They didn't look human.
Weird, there's nothing about them. They must be very isolated, or someone's trying to hide something. Which would be weird and very hard to pull off. Forget I said that.
I'm on a deadline. I should just cut this short. I guess I'll have to look elsewhere.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I really thought I'd find something. I feel terrible. Do you want to be my friend? Oh, I already asked you that. I'm coming on too strong, aren't I? I am, I can tell. Stop it, Enu.
No, not at all. I'd love to be friends. And thank you for helping me.
Much good that did. I really wish I knew who else could...
For the love of the festering demon shrimps of Jaharva, do I have to do everything in this place? I didn't spend all those years living on the streets of Marcuria, pilfering food and liberating fat purses to deal with this shite. I swear I'd be better off going back to sleeping in Abnaxis' stone tree if I can't even get a mattress that isn't flea and maggot infested. Do your bleeding jobs, people. Is that too much to ask?
Sorry about that. Disregard him. Not important. There must be something in this library. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna keep reading
Vielleicht
until
weiß er ja was, wenn er zufällig schon mal da ist. Fragen wir einfach mal.
Blind Bob?
Eh? What? Who's asking? Well, blessed be Miss Striped Britches. You're the lass what brought me mulled wine back when I'd hit rock bottom in Marcuria. What in the name of the eight-eyed octo-god of Tartellus are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same thing, except for, not those words exactly.
Oh, I left my life of beggaring behind. Cleaned myself up. Joined the resistance. I'm a general now. I'm making a difference.
I'm a general now. Aha.
He was theoretically blind, but now he can see. It makes less and less sense the more I think about it. General?
Ja, aber ganz großes Fragezeichen.
I just can't imagine how the blind Bob I met in Mercuria turned into this man. It's an impressive transformation.
Tja, Kleider machen Leute.
Didn't he just mention Obnaxus? Or was that my imagination? It's a long shot, but...
Naja, fangen wir mal hier an.
Are you an actual general?
Aye. See these stripes? General Bob, that's me. I takes care of the logic sticks round here, so the place don't crumble to pieces. Shepard's busy with the strategering. Kian sorts out who to murder and how. Liko makes a fine job of being contrary. And Enu keeps everyone's spirits up. I mean, when she's not shooting Azadi soldiers in their eyeballs with her bow and arrow. Me, I make sure the ladder's stocked, the sheets are clean, relatively speaking, and that the piss pots are empty. Can't go to war on a full bladder.
Na toll, das hört sich nicht nach General an. Da hat er irgendwie was falsch verstanden.
He was... What happened to your theoretical blindness?
Cured! I was blind, theoretically, but now I can see. To be honest, some days I wonder if I ever was theoretically blind, or if it was all hypothemetaphysical. You know, just in my head, like. It was simpler being blind Bob and resorting to beggaring and vagrancy than taking a long, hard look at myself in a speculum, particularly on account of the blindness. I wish me old pa could have lived to see me. He always believed in me, even when I didn't. To the bitter end, he told me I had potential. I nodded and wept and promised him I'd try my best. Then, as he drew his last ragged breath, I stole his purse and his breeches. Well, pa, I'm sorry about the breeches. I'm making something of life now. Making something of myself. I'm no longer blind Bob. Call me Bob who can see.
Didn't he just mention... Do you know someone called Obnaxus?
Obnaxus? Now there's a name I haven't heard spoken in years. Where do you know it from?
Sorry, I just overheard. Actually, I met Obnaxus recently. Well, I dreamed about Obnaxus. Or maybe it was more like a vision. This sounds crazy, I know, but...
Sounds completely sane to me, lass. Obnaxus turning up in visions. That's exactly the sort of fellow he was. Persistent, unpredictable, and not a little annoying. I met him when he was the Venar ambassador to Ireed. This was before the gutters, when I was still a dapper chap on the Mercurian party circuit. We hit it off, especially seeing as I was going blind, theoretically, and he saw everything, past, present, and future. Years later, as he was leaving town, he entrusted me with the key to his home, said to take care of it. I'd sleep there from time to time. Very uncomfortable bunk. Musty smell of ancient books and foreign weeds. I didn't much care for it, to be honest.
I just can't imagine how... How did you end up with the rebels?
Not long after you and I met, I overdosed on mulled wine. Spooked me good, that did. I figured I had two choices. Either spend the remainder of my days in the gutter, stinking of foreign spices and currants, and, to be honest, there didn't seem to be a whole lot of days left. Or I could clean myself up, try to amount to something after a lifetime wasted on wine, women, and various gutters. The moment I looked up, I saw how the Azadi were running magicals out of Mercuria. I couldn't ignore it. It was disgraceful. I mean, magicals always treated me with kindness and respect. I felt I owed them. So, here I am, doing my part and paying my debts. Aside from the gambling and the bar tabs, mind you. And I feel 20 years younger to boot.
Wenn du das sagst.
I'm sure he said key. And where there's a key... You said something about a key to Abnaxus's house?
They called it the abode back then. Abnaxus's abode. Primitive accommodations, but luxurious location. Prime real estate. Central with a garden view. Very quiet at night.
And the key? Do you still have it? Sorry, this is really important.
Oh, I carry it with me every day. After all, it is a magic key. Figured it might do me lumbago some good.
What about this house? I mean, the abode?
Also still there, and not hard to find. Sits right circle in the center of the city green. Abnaxus carved it out of a petrified tree with his own morbidly huge hands. A few years ago, the authorities turned it into an historical landmark. Of course, no one can get inside, on account of the Venar magic. Not without the key, at least.
This key? Can I...
Oh, sure. Heavier than it looks, ain't it? More powerful than iron. Worth its weight in precious stones, and then some. This magic goes back to the first magic. None of that modern hocus pocus. You feel it in your fingers when you hold it. Tingles, don't it?
It does. Sorry, I know this is asking a lot, but can I...
Borrow it? Aye, why not? It's done the lumbago no good. And I don't have much use for the place, now that I've a proper bunk here. But keep it safe. Abnaxus left most of his belongings behind and entrusted me with their care. I'd hate to betray that trust.
I promise.
Ja, das Haus kennen wir doch. Da sind wir schon 100-mal dran vorbeigelaufen. Sprich mit der Hirtin. Enus steht immer noch da und versucht verzweifelt irgendwas zu finden.
I have to resist this intense desire to stroke her yellow fur. I don't think that'd be kosher.
Die ist bestimmt schon flauschig.
Hey, I made progress. Blind Bob, I mean the general, gave me the key to Abnaxus's house. I might find what I'm looking for there.
That's great! Oh, I wish I could come with you, but there's this whole furry thing I've got going on. It's a big no-no in the city these days.
Sorry about that. Humans can be real dicks sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes. Some humans, not most. You're a good human. What are these dicks you speak of?
That's not important. Thanks again for your help.
Are you leaving already? I mean, we just met, and you'll come back though, right?
I hope so.
Oh, okay. Because there's so much I want to talk about, and I'll let you go now. Thanks for talking to me, Zoe. I miss you already. Shut up now, Anu. Okay, thanks, bye!
Bei der muss ich echt immer grinsen. Ja. Auf jeden Fall mega sympathisch. So, wir sollen zur Hirtin. Die treibt bestimmt wieder in der Kammer hier rum. Nicht zu übersehen, da steht sie da schon.
You spoke with the general. Did you find what you were looking for?
It's a step in the right direction.
Good. I've asked them to ready a boat for you. Whenever you're ready, it will take you into the city. I may not fully understand your role, Zoe, but there's something about you that... I've learned to have faith in the balance. The balance provides. The balance guides. It's guiding you now. You must let it take you wherever it leads, like a leaf on a river. Bend to its will.
I'll try.
May your gods favor your journey. You'll be in my thoughts and dreams.
Na gut, warum wieder mit dem Bötchen fahren? Nach Makuria. Und wie gesagt, das Haus, wissen wir ja, wo es ist. Das wird nicht schwer zu finden sein. Das ist nämlich in einem Park da, bei den Grünanlagen. Bei dem Park bei den Grünanlagen. Auch wieder ein toller Satz.